A lot of dating coaches, a lot of people on the internet have a goal of getting a lot of you to be a little bit more outcome independent, a little bit more resilient when it comes to being rejected. And the goal of a lot of coaches is, can they get you to a point where you don't get that butthurt about rejection? And they will often say, yeah, rejection sucks. It's okay. Here's how to power through it. Sales coaches say the same thing. If you can just be okay with the fact that you'll get rejected a lot, then you're going to be able to get a lot more yeses, you'll make a lot more money, blah, blah, blah. But all of that is based on the premise that rejection sucks, that it's a bad thing. Imagine how many more women that you would hit on, or how many more sales you would make, or how much more you would play the numbers game if you didn't see rejection as a bad thing. Imagine if there was a way that you were able to see it as a good thing. And while I've got your attention, right now I am on a big hardcore mission to bring more people into the coaching program. I want to change more lives. I want to obviously build the business and make more money. And so if you've ever considered coaching, if it's ever been a thought that has entered your mind, I would love to jump on a free call with you, talk through some limiting beliefs you might have, talk about what your goals are, how we can help. I want to change your life. I want you to live that life of abundance and joy. You are absolutely capable of it. It will be a no pressure call. I'm not going to pressure you and put sales techniques on you or any of that. But if you've ever considered joining coaching, now would be the time. There are links in the description below, and we would love to change your life like I've changed so many others. So rejection is something that a lot of people take very personally. They will say is a very bad thing. And we had a coaching client come to our group a couple of months ago. And when he first got there, he saw rejection as the worst thing ever. He would take every rejection very personally. He would be very upset. He would say to himself, what could I have done better? What did I do wrong? Why did I fail? And he had the idea that somehow he's supposed to be able to get every single woman. And if a woman ever says no, then he must have done something wrong. And a lot of people operate from that premise. A lot of like pickup artist coaches, a lot of dating coaches, just a lot of people have this idea that if you can somehow become some big fucking perfect alpha male, no woman will ever reject you. That's not how this works. But he would get really upset, sometimes to the point where he wouldn't want to go and talk to more women. It was literally getting in the way of his ability to be able to go out there and play the numbers game. He was literally talking to less women because he was taking rejection very personally. And we've done a hell of a lot of work with him, just like I try and do with all of you, to get him to see rejection as this good thing, as a potential bonus to your life, as an opportunity to build your stoicism, as an opportunity to say, all right, I'm going to go and talk to someone who is single. And rather than seeing it as this bad personal rejection of like, fuck, I must have done something wrong. No, she just doesn't want the thing that I want. It's almost like you're offering a glass of water and you're saying, here, would you like this glass of water? And she says, no, thank you, I'm good. That's not personal. She hasn't personally rejected you because she didn't want the glass of water. The same thing here. She hasn't personally rejected you because she doesn't want to fuck you. She just doesn't want what you're offering. And so I'm going to read out a little conversation that he and I had, and I obviously have his permission. I would never share anything that someone wasn't comfortable with me sharing. A little conversation between the two of us with some big realizations and massive, incredible epiphanies that he's had. And again, remember, this is the guy who used to take it very personally whenever a woman would have a boyfriend or wasn't interested in him. He would get very, very down. He would take it very personally and he would feel very butthurt. He wrote, "Grateful to all of the girls that have boyfriends. Thank you for rejecting me. It makes me stronger and helps me become stronger, more humble, open, genuine, and authentic." And I have said many times that we can see life or dating or going out there and getting laid as a sort of video game where you are the main character, almost like you're playing an RPG, and the mission is to increase your level over time. Literally grind experience, grind XP, which is the definition of the numbers game. Go out there, talk to a lot of people, and you'll slowly level your character up over time. You're going to be more stoic. As he said, you're going to be more humble. You're going to be more open. You're going to be more genuine, and you're going to be more authentic. And you're not going to take it so personally. You're going to be a lot more solidified in who you are. And if someone else doesn't want you or doesn't like you or just isn't interested in what you have to offer, you don't give a fuck because you're the stoic rock. You're outcome independent. You're like, if this person doesn't want me, that's cool because I am enough. I don't need someone else's validation to make me feel better about myself. I don't need some woman to be single and then fuck me just so I can feel good. I have that self-love, and someone else is a bonus to that. And you can see each of these traits here that I've put on the screen that my coaching client said: humility, openness, genuineness, authenticity. You can see them as stats in you, the character. Again, like you're playing an RPG, those are just the stats. And right now, a lot of you might be level 1 or level 2 when it comes to being humble. You might be level 1 or level 2 or something like that when it comes to being stoic. Maybe you're level 3 when it comes to being authentic. But there's potentially 99 levels. And if you just grinded a little bit more and worked directly on your humility, on being more open, you practiced being more genuine, you practice your stoicism, you literally run headfirst into rejection or people who don't want to give you the thing that you want, and you embrace that and you say, this is making me stronger. What doesn't kill me is going to make me stronger. The more you grind that, the more you start leveling up, and it literally becomes easier. Remember what I said at the start of this video. Imagine that you could not take rejection personally. Imagine if someone said to you, I have a boyfriend, or no thank you, or hell, even if they said, no, you're ugly, then you'd be like, cool, I think I'm pretty handsome. Nice meeting you. Goodbye. And then you walk off and you talk to the next person within the next 30 seconds. Imagine how many more women you would be able to talk to, how much more you would be able to play the numbers game. Imagine how much time you would save instead of having to go home and feel really upset and all of that. Imagine if you could literally just turn to the very next woman and be like, hi, you're cute too. What's up? And start talking to her. And maybe she's available. Maybe she's into you. Maybe you go home with her that night. And you would talk to so many more women, or you would make so much more money, or you would have such an easier time of life, all of you, if you wouldn't take rejection quite so seriously. And that's obviously what I'm trying to do in this content. Help all of you see rejection as a good thing. It is an opportunity to level up your character. You don't go into a fucking video game like something like Dark Souls and go, oh, there's a boss, that's a bad thing. You understand that the bosses are going to make you sort of feel all sorts of emotions. They're going to kick your ass the first couple of times, and maybe you feel a bit frustrated. Maybe you feel deeply fucking humbled. Maybe you go, oh, I'm not as good as I thought I was. I'm better practice. I better level up. Maybe I have to literally level my character up, and then I'll be able to come back and beat this boss. The same thing with rejection. If you can see it as a boss battle, and it doesn't mean you have to battle against it, but if you can see it as a training ground, as the dojo, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to talk to lots of women, some of them are not going to like me, and that's going to make me stronger. Then all of a sudden, the whole process becomes a lot more fun, because now you're not walking around terrified of rejection. In fact, you want the rejection as much as you want the women to say yes to you. Yes, you want them to say yes and sleep with you. You also want some of them to say no to you, because that's your dojo. That is how you will increase your stoicism. You are not going to increase your stoicism until you are tested. That is literally how that works. Just like in a video game, you're not going to level up your character unless you go and fight some enemies. Like literally, you have to play the game in order to level up. And rejection doesn't have to be a battle. It doesn't have to be a fight. But see it as a practice, as a training, as leveling up. And when you see it as a good thing, as something that is leveling you up, you start to feel grateful, just like this coaching client that I'm showing on the screen. I'm grateful to all of the girls that have boyfriends. He genuinely means that. You genuinely can get to a point where you are literally grateful when someone says, no, thank you. Or when someone says, you're ugly. Or when someone says, if you're a content creator like me, someone might say, go fuck yourself, go kill yourself, you're a piece of shit, you're ugly, you're stupid, fuck you. You hear all of that, and at first you feel some emotions, but that is your dojo. That is you training to level your character up. And eventually you get to a point where you're like, you know what, I'm grateful that you told me to kill myself, because that allows me, first of all, to build my resilience and my stoicism, but it allows me to focus on the fact that I really like being alive. I really am grateful that I get to be alive. I'm grateful for the people in my life. I'm grateful for all of the things I have and all the beautiful adventures I've been on and will get to go on. All of that stuff. And I might not have thought of all of that if you didn't tell me to kill myself. I'm only thinking about that because you said, go die, go kill yourself. So in a weird way, thank you for telling me to kill myself, because now it's a confirmation, a reaffirmation of how much I love being alive. And so the same thing here. When you work on your stoicism, or as you work on your stoicism, you can get to a point where a girl will say, no, thank you, I'm not interested. Or she'll ignore you. Or maybe she'll even be rude to you. And that's really rare, I promise. But maybe she'll be really rude to you. And you can get to a point where you're like, I'm grateful for this because she's reminding me to be nice to myself. If she's not going to be nice to me, right now she's being rude in this moment, I can be nice to me. I am the one that is with myself all the time. It is my responsibility, it is my opportunity to be nice to myself. She's not going to do it. She's already proven that. I'll do it. I'll be nice to myself. Maybe I'll go hang out with my friends and that would be nice. Maybe I'll play some goddamn video games. I'll play some Dark Souls. I will have a good time with that. That will be nice to me. Maybe I'll go for a walk. Maybe I'll indulge in one of my hobbies. Maybe I'll get a good night's sleep. Maybe I'll read some of Andy's Play to Win video course. Maybe I'll leave a comment under this video and say, hey, a woman rejected me. I'm trying to be grateful for it. I'm trying really hard. Any advice? Can you help me? That would be something nice for yourself. But do something nice for yourself rather than expecting other people to be the ones that make you feel good or make you feel better. And so to my coaching client, I wrote all of this. He said, I'm grateful to all the girls that have boyfriends. And I said, isn't it cool that they're able to find someone to spend some time with, have sex with, share adventures together, give each other affection and intimacy? Man, that's awesome. And you can kind of play around with that. I know a lot of you, when you walk up to a girl and you say, hi, you're pretty, I'm so scared, like, please talk to me. And she's like, look, I have a boyfriend, but thank you. A lot of you take that personally and you're like, fuck, like, why does she have to have a boyfriend? But stop and think about it for a second. How does it benefit you that she has a boyfriend? Like, stop and think about how this is good for you. First of all, it's building your stoicism, as we said. That's beautiful. So you can be grateful to her for that. But second of all, if she has a boyfriend, that means her boyfriend has a girlfriend. Obviously, no shit. That's how that works. Two people come together, boyfriend, girlfriend. Yes. Which means there are men out there that have girlfriends. Which means if you've been having doubts and thinking, I'm never going to find a girlfriend, I'm never going to be able to have a woman like me, there's a little bit more hope. Because if that guy can do it, maybe you can. And there are obviously lots of guys out there that have girlfriends, no shit. And so that gives you a little bit of a hope or a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. If this guy can do it, you can too. And so if we can start to reframe the things that happen to us, instead of saying they happen to us, they happen for us. Instead of saying, I got rejected and it happened to me, maybe it happened for me. Maybe this is a gift. Maybe I need to level up my stoicism. Maybe this is a beautiful opportunity. Maybe I can be really happy for them. Maybe I can even say to her, hey, I hope you and your boyfriend are really happy. I hope you guys have a beautiful life. I have encouraged all of my coaching clients and all of you to do this, where I say, if you walk up to a woman and you say, hi, you're cute, you're pretty, you're sexy, whatever. Can I talk to you? Do you want to fucking hang out? Can I fucking motorboat your titties or whatever? Maybe don't say that, but you can if you want to. And if she says, I have a boyfriend, I encourage all of you to say, that's good. I hope you guys are happy together. He's a lucky guy. Whatever the fuck you want to say, just say something nice. I've had quite a few coaching clients who do that. They go out to bars or clubs or whatever, hit on a couple of girls say, oh, I have a boyfriend. And they go, I hope you guys are really happy together. And it takes a lot of effort for him to say that the first couple of times. I've had a few coaching clients where the girl goes, wow, that's really sweet of you. Actually, you know what? Why don't you stay here and talk to us? My friend Sarah right here is actually single. And then the coaching client will start talking to Sarah, the single friend, and get her phone number. And that only happened because he was like, I hope you and your boyfriend are happy together, to the first girl. And then she goes, well, fucking hell, isn't this guy nice? I don't want him to miss out. I almost feel a little bit bad that, I'm rejecting him, even though she's not. She's being nice, but she feels a bit bad, or she wants you to win. So she goes, hey, you seem nice. Here's my fucking single friend, Sarah. Why don't you talk to her? I had a coaching client who hit on a girl, walked up to her in a bar and said, hey, you're really fucking sexy, blah, blah, blah. They talked for a little bit. And then he goes, by the way, like, can I kiss you? You're so fucking hot. Can I kiss you? And she's like, whoa. I actually have a boyfriend. And he's like, all right, no worries. Like, cool. And they keep talking. And she's like, he starts talking about how he's in the market for a job, or he's looking for a job. And she goes, whoa, actually, like, it's weird, but my boyfriend actually works in the industry that you're wanting to get into, or that you're wanting to get a new job. Why don't I hook you up? Why don't I message him and get him to message you on LinkedIn? And they did. And so, like, that's another opportunity that will come from you just being fucking nice and not taking rejection personally and not getting butthurt about it. A lot of you would be so surprised the doors that open if you can take that courageous leap towards seeing rejection as a good thing, towards being nice to people when they reject you. And again, they're not even rejecting you. They're rejecting your offer, not you personally. You said, would you like to talk to me? Or would you like to go on a date with me? And they said, no, thank you for that. It's like offering a glass of water. They didn't reject you. They rejected the water. Let's keep reading. When he said, thank you for rejecting me, I said, not many human beings get to this point. Correct. This is like 0.1% thinking. If all of you guys and girls can get this, if you can really embrace this, you're on some like fucking higher plane of existence. Like I'm not even remotely overstating that. If you can get to a point where someone turns down your offer and says no thank you to you, and you're like, you know what, I'm grateful for that. Thank you. I hope you have a beautiful life. Thanks for being so nice about it, by the way. I hope you have a really good day. You have no idea the doors that will fucking open for you. And more to the point, you will be a lot happier. You will talk to way more women. You will be a lot more peaceful and proud of what you're doing, and you will get far better results. And as I go on to say, now nobody can ever hurt you again because you realize they were never even hurting you in the first place. Holy fuck. If some of you got that, your entire life would change. If you understood that rejection doesn't have to hurt. It hurts because you're attached to the story that it's a bad thing. You tell yourself that rejection is the worst thing ever and it's awful. And so then when it happens to you, of course you're going to have an emotional, hysterical reaction. You're going to feel all sorts of ways because you've told yourself or you've believed other people telling you that rejection is awful, it's bad, you got to avoid it at all costs. You got to do everything you can to play not to lose. Don't ever lose. Don't ever get rejected. That's not playing to win. And so I go on to say, you were accidentally hurting yourself with the stories that you told in your head about she rejected me and this sucks and it's not fair. Those stories were what hurt you, not the rejection. A rejection can never hurt you. And Byron Katie, one of my favorite people, phrases this as, nobody else can hurt me. That's my job. A lot of you don't realize this, and this isn't to blame you. You're innocent in this. You don't realize you've been hurting yourself with your attachment, with the stories that you tell, your neediness. That's what hurts. It's the desperation to get a girlfriend or the neediness to have this woman be nice to you. And then if she isn't, or then if she's not single, you take it all sorts of ways. You get very emotionally upset over that. You feel rejected. You feel butthurt. You feel frustrated. You feel like you're never going to make it. You feel hopeless. That's the shit that hurts. It's the stories and the narratives and the thoughts in your head that you believe. It's not that she said no. You are literally no worse off when someone says no to you. Nothing has happened. Hi, would you like to go on a date with me? No, thanks. You're in exactly the position that you were in 1 minute ago. And 1 minute ago, you were happy. Now, all of a sudden, you're not because you're in the same position. So nothing has physically changed. But up here, you think a lot has changed. You think you've been brutally rejected. A lot of you use the word brutal when you're talking about rejection. And then I say, whoa, brutally rejected. What did she do? She must have punched you in the face. Did she spit on you? She must have told you that you're an ugly piece of shit and you deserve to be unhappy and no one will ever love you and you should crawl into a hole and die. Like, wow, what brutal rejection did she do? And they're like, well, she said she had a boyfriend. Sorry, where's the brutality? Did she pull out a fucking hatchet and start stabbing you, like attacking you? Like, where's the brutality there? It was just brutal, man. What you're talking about is how you felt about it. You felt like it was a brutal rejection. And you're certainly welcome to call it that. But how do you feel when you call it a brutal rejection? You feel like shit. You feel like you got hurt. You feel like you got attacked. You feel sorry for yourself. You want other people to feel sorry for you. And more to the point, you don't feel like going back out there and talking to the next woman because you just got brutally rejected. You want to, in your mind, brutally rejected. You want to run home and cry and crawl into a ball and never do it again. And this is why I say be careful with the stories that you tell, or more to the point, tell positive stories that actually serve you. So rather than saying, I got brutally rejected, go, whoa, okay, I'm feeling a lot of emotions after that one. Okay, fucking hell, man. Oh, deep breaths. I'm okay. Holy fuck, I'm allowed to go sit on a bench. I can go home if I want to. In fact, yeah, I fucking want to go home because I'm feeling really emotional after she just said no to me. All right, this is going to build my character. This is absolutely going to make me stronger. It doesn't feel like it right now, but this is going to make me stronger. That is a much better story that serves you a lot better and will empower you rather than making you feel like the victim. When we use the word rejection and we say it's brutal and it's bad and it's awful and I got to avoid it, you make yourself a victim. It's like you're walking around on eggshells, tiptoeing around going, oh, fuck, I hope I don't get rejected today. You have no power in that. If some woman says no to you, you're going to be like, oh shit, it happened and I had no say in the matter. I tried everything I could and she still rejected me. But if you see rejection as a good thing, now you're not powerless. You're like, I kind of hope she rejects me. If she rejects me, I benefit. If she says yes, I benefit. Wow, amazing. Now I'm no longer afraid. No matter what happens, I will be okay. And not just okay, I will be fucking better off. Remember what I said at the start of this video. If you can start to see rejection as a good thing, where you are better off, now you're not afraid. Now you go out there and you'll talk to fucking hundreds of women. You're like, if they reject me, I win. If they don't, I win. Holy shit. And you can go one step further with this and say, no matter what happens, I want them to win as well. And so if they say yes, well, hell, of course I'm going to make sure they win. We're going to go on a date. We'll have a great time. I'll have fun. She'll have fun. It'll be amazing. I'll do everything I can to make that amazing. If I'm not perfect with that, that's okay. I know a lot of you are nervous and inexperienced. That's fine. But I will try and make it amazing. And obviously that would mean that she benefits and you benefit. Or if she says no to me, I'm going to try and make sure she wins. If she says, I have a boyfriend, I'm going to say, I really hope you two are happy. I hope you guys have a beautiful life together. Thank you for talking to me. I hope you have a nice day. She definitely will benefit from that. She'll go, wow, that's really sweet of you. Maybe she even goes home and tells her boyfriend, hey, this guy hit on me. I said I had a boyfriend. And he said, I hope you guys are really happy together and I hope you have a beautiful life. And maybe the boyfriend hears that and goes, wow, that's really nice. This guy sounds cool. Thank you. And so now 3 people potentially get to feel good. And so no matter what happens, if you go out there with the intention that you will benefit and that she will benefit as much as you can, some people just want to ignore you and then maybe you can't help her benefit. That's fine. But if you go out there with the intention that all the women that you hit on are going to benefit in some way, even if all that you do is say, you're really pretty, hi, and she says, I have a boyfriend, and then you're like, I hope you guys are happy together. That's 2 times you tried to make her win. You gave her a compliment when you first talked to her, and then you said, I hope you and your boyfriend are happy. You're going to feel so much better about this approaching thing. You're going to be fucking proud of what you're doing. And a lot of those women are going to encourage you. What the fuck do you think happens when you walk up to a woman, hit on her, she says, I have a boyfriend, and you say, I hope you guys are really happy together. I hope you have a beautiful day. The fuck do you think happens? A lot of those women say, wow, I hope you have a really good day. I hope you find a nice woman. Because you seem like a chill fucking nice person. Rather than what a lot of you do, where you're so afraid of losing, you're so playing not to lose, that you're like, oh, I don't want to give her too many compliments. I don't want to get her to have a big head. I don't want women to get fucking arrogant. You're never going to win if you play that bullshit. None of these women are going to be your biggest cheerleader. But imagine, like I said, if you go out there and you're fucking nice to these women, over the top nice, you don't have to fake it, but like, I hope you have a beautiful life. Thank you for talking to me. Hey, I hope you have a great day. I hope you and your boyfriend are happy. A lot of those women will fucking cheerlead for you. Like I said, in bars and clubs, some of those women will even say, hey, here's my fucking single friend. Why don't you talk to her? Hey, I'm going to wingman for you. I've had a lot of coaching clients who hit on women. I have a boyfriend. And then the guy goes, do you want to be my wingman for the night? Is that something that you'd find fun? And she goes, hell yeah. I get to play matchmaker. Yeah, of course I want to be your wingman. It's like every woman's biggest fucking fantasy, right? I get to say that these two are together because of me. It's like a fucking female fantasy right up there with like 50 Shades of Grey and shit. So you can win and she can win. And then if you help her win, there's this non-zero chance that she will help you win even more. I can't tell you how many women I've been really nice to, and then they say, I hope you find someone that you're looking for. Or keep talking to more women, keep it up, it's really good what you're doing. You get that encouragement because you've been nice to that person. And here's a little bit more that I talked about with my clients. So he said, I'm also learning that I can't be mad at it as I understand it better. Yeah, so as we start to understand rejection a little bit more and we realize it's not a rejection of us, it's just a rejection of what we're offering, then we don't really get mad as much. Understanding takes away all suffering. Buddhism says it best, ignorance is suffering, or suffering, all suffering is ignorance, as in, ignorance meaning I just don't understand. If you don't understand something, you suffer from it. You don't know why it's happening. You feel hopeless. You don't know what's going to happen. You can't predict the future. You feel frustrated. You feel powerless. You feel out of control. You feel like it's not fair. But if I can teach you and help you understand what rejection actually is, or if I can teach you and get you to understand anything, you won't suffer from it. You'll go, oh yeah, I know why that happens. Yeah, some women have a boyfriend. It's fine. I benefit when they have a boyfriend. I get to say, I hope you and your boyfriend are happy together. And some of those women say something nice back to me. Now I win and she wins, and that makes me feel good. So then I get to win again. If I make someone smile, that makes me feel good. Holy shit, I just won twice. I made them smile. And then I feel good about making them smile. Once you understand all of that shit, you won't suffer anymore. Like, rejection won't be something you suffer from. Again, imagine how many more women you would hit on if you didn't suffer from rejection and you actually slightly looked forward to it. And another quote from the Buddhists, we only hate that which we do not understand. And they also say ignorance is the cause of all suffering, like I said before. As in, the only way you ever suffer is because you don't understand something. You're ignorant of it. And that's not to blame, it's just that you don't understand. As soon as you understand a situation or understand a person or an animal or whatever, almost all of the suffering immediately disappears. Byron Katie goes a little further with this and says, if you're ever angry or upset with someone or a situation, it is your responsibility to dig deeper and try to understand and learn about that situation or person. And as you find deeper understanding, your anger or pain will disappear. And this is a big part of my content here, and obviously my coaching, is to get all of you to understand certain things that I understand, my coaching clients understand. And that's how we're able to go talk to a lot of women. It's how we're able to build a business. It's how we can create a YouTube channel. It's how we can be successful at anything, because we understand these principles. We understand I don't have to take rejection as a bad thing. I'm allowed to dig a little deeper. I can see it as a win. All the shit that I put in the Play to Win video course, I'm going to go out there and play to win. I'm going to take every single thing that happens as an opportunity, as something that is happening for me, as a gift, as a present, as a bonus, rather than I'm the victim. Why is this happening to me? It's not fair. Fuck, why did I get rejected? How come I can never get a girlfriend? How come girls just won't give me a chance? It's not fair. You don't feel good when you tell those victimhood stories. You don't feel empowered. You're not taking ownership of the situation. You feel hopeless, like nothing can be done. So therefore, why would I bother? And so flip that around. Tell a story that something can be done, that you are benefiting, that you're learning stoicism, that you're becoming more resilient. Take it as an opportunity to make her feel good. And some of those women will in return make you feel good. And even if they don't, who gives a fuck? Don't you feel better going out there trying to make other people feel better? Doesn't that feel nice? When you help other people, you help yourself. Giving is receiving. And if you would like any more help with this, I'm right here. I have the coaching. If you want to get to that beautiful point where you don't see rejection as a bad thing, and you're able to go out there and approach freaking 100 times as many women because you don't get butthurt or depressed or sad or hopeless or take it personally every time a woman has a boyfriend or just isn't interested, then come join the coaching program. I know a lot of you are out there struggling, really struggling with this. You have no idea how much of a difference it makes being around a bunch of guys that are crushing this, that are really, really, really doing beautiful things out there, going out there, having a ton of sex, being really grateful whenever anyone rejects them. I promise that can be you. Again, you have no idea how much this guy took things personally when he first came to us. Like, every single woman that would turn him down, he would get really, 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 really frustrated. And now he's this Zen warrior who literally, in his own words, is grateful when they have a boyfriend, or grateful when they ignore him, or grateful when they're mean to him. And if he can do that, I absolutely promise that you can too. So I'll leave some links down in the description below, and just have a think about how many more women you'd be able to hit on, how much more successful you would be if you let us help you see rejection as a good thing. And imagine what a game changer that would be if you were able to smile after every no. Wouldn't that be kind of life-changing? And that's kind of what the coaching program is for, to get you to feel good after the things that used to make you feel bad. Wouldn't that be pretty fucking amazing? So I'll leave a link in the description below to that. As always, ladies and gentlemen, go out there and crush those goals.